After an offensive explosion in the U.S. Open Cup earlier this week, Tampa Bay is back on the pitch tonight to face an in-state rival. It's the Rowdies and Miami FC next. It is a spectacular Saturday in St. Petersburg. Picture perfect weather for a Saturday night showdown between two teams from the Sunshine State. It's the Tampa Bay Rowdies and Miami FC ready to go at it here at Al Lang Stadium. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to St. Petersburg. Austin Lyon, Ryan Davis, thank you so much for joining us. These are the only two franchises in this league from the state of Florida. And Ryan, every time they get together, there's a little added motivation on each side.
Well, Austin, the fans are so close geographically that they demand the players step up their game. As a result, it gets very physical, gets a little chippy, and also very dramatic.
These teams split the 4 matches they had a year ago. And you look back over the course of the last couple of years in this series, and Sebastian Guenzatti has been at his best when going up against Miami FC.
Il Capitan, 6 goals in 7 games. However, this season, 0 goals in 12 shot attempts. However, he's contributing in other areas. He leads the team in assists with 2.
One player for Miami FC that's important tonight, he'll try to disrupt that Rowdies attack, is Bolu Akinyode.
Akinyode, a physically strong defensive midfielder, is going to try to steal the ball, disrupt the play of the Rowdies in the center circle, create counterattacks, and by the way, he's an excellent distributor as well.
Big change tonight for the Rowdies. They'll be without their head coach, Neil Collins. We'll explain why and introduce you to the starting lineups. Kickoff coming up shortly between Tampa Bay and Miami FC.
Amortized 5-year debt schedule requisition.
Come a little closer, mon petit chou. Feel that fascination if you're there. I think that I like you. I think that I like you. I think that I like you.
I've been working for Baycare for 13 years.
Going on 20 years?
12 years.
15 years.
20 years.
5 years.
6 years.
15 years.
28 years.
It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Do you have what it takes to wear it? Find out at baycarecareers.org and see why Baycare is the only top-performing large health system in America that's also a best place to work.
I've been in Baycare for 5 years and my experience is great. I love it.
Baycare, humanity at work.
¿Puede un seguro médico ayudar a curar la soledad? ¿Puede cuidar a tu mejor amigo también? ¿O tomarte de la mano por 9 meses? ¿Puede estar disponible para ti a las 3 a.m.? ¿Puede estar contigo en cada paso? Nosotros sí lo creemos. ¿Qué más puede hacer un seguro médico para ti? Averígualo.
50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motor Cars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motor Cars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
63 degrees as the teams come onto the field. It's the Rowdies and Miami FC ready to go at it on this Saturday night in St. Petersburg. Let's introduce you to the starting lineups for both of the teams tonight. First for Miami FC, just 1 win in their 4 USL Championship matches so far. Connor Sparrow back in goal after missing the last 3 games due to an injury. You got veterans Speedy Williams and Florian Velo in the midfield, and keep an eye on Romeo Parks up top. He has scored goals in back-to-back games. Parks, wearing number 27, had a goal in a U.S. Open Cup match earlier this week and a goal last time out in USL Championship as well. The Rowdies starting lineup is presented by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Cochran in goal, outstanding defensive group. Antley, Scarlett, and Guillen, who wears the captain's armband tonight. Junior Retu makes his second start of the season. Tejada and Dos Santos up top. No Sebastian Guenzati in the starting 11, but we expect we will see him off the bench. Let's take a look at the injury report presented by St. Anthony's Hospital. Robert Castellanos injured in the opener. Center back still out for the Rowdies. Miami FC without Luca Antonelli and Callum Chapman-Page. Antonelli started all 4 USL Championship matches this season. He is unavailable due to a hamstring injury. Well, as we told you in the open, the Rowdies without their head coach, Neil Collins, tonight. So John Stead is the acting head coach. Neil Collins is back in Scotland, left after practice yesterday. He's near the end of gaining his UEFA Pro license. This is the first in-person session because of COVID. Collins is watching tonight's match, communicating with the staff via Microsoft Teams, and still will have the final say on any decisions that need to be made.
And he has the best view in the house. He gets to see this from the television on ESPN Plus and gets to make those decisions live and direct on Teams.
He told us earlier this week he grew up watching Kilmarnock, a local club in Scotland. He got the chance to go with his dad and watch them play earlier today, and now back at his parents' home and settled in to watch the Rowdies go at it, watch his official team.
Well, seeing that it's 1 o'clock in the morning, he's either going to have a beer or a cup of tea. Hopefully it's the former and not the latter for Coach Collins.
And these teams met 4 times last year. They split those 4 meetings. Tampa Bay won both matches here at Al Lang. In fact, Miami FC has never won a game here at Al Lang. Miami FC won both matches in Fort Lauderdale. A look at your keys to the match.
Yep, feed the wings. Jake Armand had a great performance midweek against the Villagers with 3 assists. The Rowdies going to have to use him to provide that natural width. And Seb Dalgard, one of the stars for the Rowdies with 2 goals this season. And then Miami, they're going to look to play on the counter-attack. The Rowdies are expected to boss possession. And Miami going to try to use that speed to catch them at the back, quick and direct.
Miami FC was a playoff team a year ago, 16-10-6, lost to Louisville City in the conference quarterfinals, but their top 2 scorers from last year's team no longer with the club. A number of changes, including on the sideline where England native Anthony Pulis is in his first season as head coach.
One interesting change to the lineup. Leo Fernandez getting pushed up to that left attacking midfield. Last time Miami came to this ground, Al Lang Stadium, Coach Collins did exactly that, pushed Leo Fernandez up. They ended up winning 3-0. Leo Fernandez had an assist that night.
Now, that was the final meeting of the season back on October 20th. It's been mostly home matches so far for Miami FC. 3 of their 4 at home so far. This starts a stretch in which 4 of their next 5 will be on the road. A team that hasn't been pleased with their results so far. Fantastic turnover on that far sideline, with each team trying to build some offensive rhythm here in the first couple minutes.
And with Jake Armand in this kind of mood and form, that can really free up Leo Fernandez to move further up the pitch.
Here is Dalgard tracking it down. The flag is up from the official on the near side.
Well, you can get used to this. Lewis Hilton hitting corner flag passes to Seb Dalgard and Jake Armand. Lewis Hilton, very much the orchestrator. He is leading the USL with midfielders, with passes. And he has changed the trajectory of this Rowdy club since he came to it in 2020, Lewis Hilton.
Almost twice as many chances created as any other player last season. That statistic is a little skewed because Hilton has a number of opportunities on free kicks, but it's illustrative of his ability as a creator.
I'm glad you mentioned free kicks. Dead balls, there's no one like it in the league. He is so accurate and puts so much pressure on defenses when he's striking the dead ball.
Fernandez opts to go backward. 4th minute here at Al Lang Stadium. Not much going for either team yet. Rowdies coming in with 2 wins, 3 ties. tied for third place in the East, sitting on 9 points. The 3 ties, by the way, already more than they had all of last season.
I think you could label that under Saber Guenzati not being able to find his scoring shoes just yet. Some of those ties would have been turned into wins if he was being able to convert on some of those chances. Tell you what, the rate that he scores goals, I'm not going to bet that he's going to stay on 0 goals for much longer.
Franchise record 21 goals a year ago for Guenzati. Tejada unable to get to that pass. Ball bouncing around, and it's taken away by Fernandez. Fernandez inside the box, bodied up by a Miami FC defender. That cross is punched out by Connor Sparrow. That was Ofemu who really stood up Fernandez after he got into the penalty area.
Well, Ofemu is such a physical player, and he's the most defensive player on this Miami team. Getting his first minutes in midweek and did a great job just getting Leo Fernandez off balance.
A replay brought to you by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg. Foul against the Rowdies. Interesting roster construction for Miami FC. Again, a team that made the playoffs last year, but a number of new faces on this team. We heard from Neil Collins earlier this week talking about how the first 10 matches of the season are really try to form an identity and figure out where you need to improve. Even more important for Miami FC, a team that has so many new guys coming together.
Well, they had a huge roster change last year. You and I spoke about that before the game. Didn't work out as planned, and they added even more faces to that. So that's 2 years in succession of players coming and going, and a new head coach to go along with it. New system, new philosophy. So Miami, more than ever, needs to stockpile some sort of points while they try to figure things out. Rowdies, on the other hand, still undefeated, but you don't want to fall behind the pack too much in the opening weeks.
2 of the new faces lined up for that free kick. Florian Velo and Aiden Stanley. It'll be Stanley's left foot. That skips all the way through, and we will have a corner kick. Kevin Broadley, the center referee tonight.
Well, a teasing ball by Stanley going towards the goal of Cochran. Any sort of touch is what they were looking for, but instead of Rowdies' corner, sorry, a corner conceded for Miami. Mark Segber is one of the defenders playing wing-back tonight, scored a goal this season. They're very good on dead balls, Miami, and Valo as accurate as it gets in the league.
Taking a long time to evaluate his options. Sending it toward the back post, headed out by Etu. A rocket that sails over the goal. CJ Cochran on loan from OKC Energy FC. Neil Collins said earlier this week he's done a lot of good things so far. Hasn't been tested with many shots, primarily due to the outstanding work of the back line in front of him.
But the important thing is, when he does have the opportunity, he's neat, he's tidy, and he does the job what the Rowdies need. Every team needs their goalkeeper to pull off 1 or 2 big saves, maybe in a game, to ensure points. Cochran has provided that for them in Oakland last week.
Here is Etu, mentioned getting his 2nd start of the season. Fernandez out wide, trying to work through Ofemu. Pressure from Tejada. And Miami FC able to work out of trouble in their back end. Antley turning the wrong direction, gives the ball up, and a shot is just wide. That was Romeo Parks, who, as we mentioned, has goals in back-to-back games.
Well, Connor Antley just being too laxed in that position. Should have passed that ball back to Cochran at first glance. Tried to turn away from pressure. Understand Connor Antley is a wing-back. Over the last 2 seasons with the Rowdies, now asked to play that centre-back position. Maybe a little bit rusty when it comes to making those quick decisions back there. Speaking about rusty, Ofemu and Stanley, first league games this season. They got chances to play in midweek for the US Open Cup. The question is, can they handle the pace of this Rowdies front three? It will remain to be seen.
Valo escapes a couple of defenders. Arriving late is De Silva. Knocked down initially by Scarlett. De Silva stays with it. Rowdies work it out of the penalty area, and Miami FC retreats.
Good 1v1 defended by Jordan Scarlett, one of the best in the business. De Silva is slippery when he has the ball at his feet. And the man from Montego Bay did a great job staying in front of the former Orlando City academy player.
Scarlett's played almost every minute of every match since joining the Rowdies back in 2020. Scarlett a little off balance there. Cochran back toward the end line.
You know, the Rowdies are so definitive in their formation and style of play. The teams literally change their formation when coming to play in our land. We saw Hartford do it 2 weeks ago, and they got a point. And now Miami have changed to 3-4-2-1. The same formation the Rowdies are playing.
Here comes Tejada. Out wide, Dahlgaard. Couldn't get much on that cross. But he's going to earn a throw-in. Quality defending on the near sideline from Dahlgaard.
Well, adventurous play by Barr, trying to belt Dahlgaard in his own third.
Backward towards Scarlett. And now at the halfway line, Antley. Scarlett advancing, finds Fernandez. Fernandez trying to turn. Tejada able to chip it back out, and here's Scarlett.
This is when the Rowdies use their natural width. We talked about keys of the game, going out wide and feeding the wings. They go to the outside, and it frees up players in the middle, like Leo Fernandez, like Etu, like Dos Santos.
Femu opts to chip it over the touchline. And Fernandez quickly gets it back in play. Nice feed from Etu. Fernandez cross was knocked down.
I think for Miami to have a legit chance in trying to get a win tonight in our land stadium, they can't just rely on the speed up top with Fuentes and De Silva and company. Devon Speedy Williams, he is the orchestrator, much like Lewis Hilton is for the Rowdies. They have to find a way to get number 8 to the ball so he can direct the play, if you will, in the center circle and try to get this Miami team some sort of possession, not just rely on the counter-attack tonight.
The Rowdies dominating possession thus far. Haven't seen many connecting passes from Miami FC. Here is Stanley.
There he is. Great turn by Speedy Williams, out of traffic. Brilliant.
Celebrated his 30th birthday yesterday. He's appeared in more than 150 USL Championship matches. Stanley chips it forward. A contact and a whistle. Rowdies claiming that that was a sell job by Parks.
This is what Romeo Parks gives Miami, that direct ball into him. He has such a physical presence. They can bypass some of the midfielders, get the ball directly to him. He can hold it up and then set up Fuentes and Valo.
Now Parks is a big target, 6'4" up top. Once again, Stanley and Valo evaluating the options for Miami FC.
have to believe Valo, being the right footer, is going to bend this one right into Cochran's living room. And maybe look for Ofemo and Parks to run on. Here it comes.
It will be Valo toward the back post, an immediate whistle, and a foul called against Miami FC. And this one goes on Parks, once again engaged with Antley.
Well, bodies go flying once Ofemo and Parks are around. Looks like Parks was trying to get ahead of steam, but tried to run over the green and yellow rather than around the green and yellow.
Rowdies tied for third place in the Eastern Conference with FC Tulsa, a couple of points behind conference leader Louisville City.
Uh-oh.
Tejada putting a lot of pressure there on Sparrow.
Well, that's why
miscommunication defensively from Miami.
That's why he's called the fox in the box. He pops up in anywhere, just so lively, never stops running. Almost got on the end of it. Great job by Sparrow, though. He gets his first start in a while for this Miami team.
They started the opener against New York Red Bulls 2 on March 12th, a 2-0 win. Got hurt in that game, and since it's been Jake McGuire. Sparrow back in the lineup tonight as Tampa Bay looks to build. Fernandez inside the penalty area, out wide.
Great defense by Miami. Completely stood up Leo Fernandez and took the pass away from Jake Armand.
Ofemu's been solid so far. Tampa Bay has Florida's most ways to play. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Fernandez looking for space on Ofemu. Miami FC recovers defensively. There's been excellent coverage.
Yeah, but that's what the Rowdies are going to try to do. Ofemu, like we just mentioned, his first league start. Is he quick enough to stay in front of Leo Fernandez for 90 minutes? And I think Fernandez is going to try to keep testing that. Ofemu, a big body, excellent physically. But is he as mobile as the Brazilian? But so far, Ofemu using his body to perfection and bumping him off.
6'3", 201 pounds is Ofemu. That pass off the mark. A rare miss from that back line as it went away from Scarlett.
At that height and that weight, you give him the boxing gloves and you just get out of the way.
Headed back in the direction of Cochran.
Tell you what, that was Jake Armand tracking all the way back. We talk about the 3 assists he got midweek, but defensively he's so sound and is used to playing left wing back because he came from a three-back formation in his previous team.
Armand in his first season with the Rowdies after spending the last 4 in Charlotte makes his first start of the season.
Oh,
there's a shot on Cochran, not able to get it on frame.
Always going to be a concern for the Rowdies with Joshua Perez, the lefty coming in from the right. He is so crafty, shifty, and can always create room for himself or other players. This time trying a shot, but expect more from that. He's so good in tight spaces with the ball.
Got a goal this season. Perez joined Miami FC last August. 18th minute, and still not much offensive success either way. First time we called the name of Steven Dos Santos, trying to use his physical stature to create some space. Florian Valo dispossesses. Parks goes down again, and there's a whistle.
Well, we talk about counterattacks. This was a counter press. Miami closed down quickly, right by the half line. They disrupt E2. And that quick pass into Romeo Parks. We talk about him being that direct passageway into the last third of the field. Lovely ball into Parks. Scarlett gets there. Easy call for the referee.
Scarlett was in disbelief, but clearly impeding the path of Parks. No question about that foul.
Now we saw Stanley have a cross about 5 minutes ago. This is very much in shooting range And it's perfect for the left footer.
And right at 25, 30 yards out for Aiden Stanley. Youngster was the 21st overall pick by Austin FC in last year's MLS Super Draft. Made 9 appearances with the club, not retained, and picked up by Miami this year. Here comes Stanley. He will take the shot. Cochran punches it up into the air, and Tejada heads it out. De Silva tracking it toward the corner. Stanley tees it up again. That time it skips through and over the end line.
Great job by Stanley on the free kick. Didn't try to do too much. He just put it on frame. It curled right back to the center of the goal. Good two-hand save by Cochran. Strong hands. Great accuracy by Stanley. Didn't try to be exact up I tried to go to the corners. Just try to put it on frame and make the keeper make a save.
Another poor pass. This time it was off the foot of Scarlett. That two tracking back, last to touch it.
Good sequence here for Miami. After they dispossessed 8-2 and created that opportunity and got the free kick. Before that, Rowdies 67% possession to Miami's 33.
Discrepancy, but thus far, really Tampa's only been able to take what Miami has given them, and they haven't given a whole lot.
Yeah, Miami stayed compact, even though the Rowdies have gone out to the wings right here. They're almost allowing them that pass, but then nothing comes back inside.
Guillen. Great ball out in front. Crossed, and it goes over the end line. It'll be a corner kick for the Rowdies.
Well, Segba is playing that right wing back position for Miami, tried to push too high on Jake Armand. And what did the Rowdies do? They went over the top. Armand stopped, started, and then delivered a peach of a cross. And what about that defensive header by Stanley? Brilliant by the number 12. We saw Hartford 2 weeks ago push up on the wing backs for the Rowdies and stifle them. Just saw Segbers try to do that and got burnt.
So here is Hilton to take the corner. Headed out by Parks. A wild kick there from Dalgard.
Well, Saber Dalgard has scored some beauties in his time in a Rowdies shirt. I think that one he would like to have back. See him hanging his head, but the confidence he's playing in, has 2 goals already this season at right wing back. I'm sure he would fancy himself a try.
Sparrow pushes everybody forward for Miami and then boots it. Parks, the only Miami player up near the end of that kick. And the Rowdies regain possession. Dos Santos going up high. That two heads it forward. Tejada seeing an opening there to potentially pressure Sparrow.
Oh, Speedy Williams. Stop it. The Jamaican Xavi, they call him. What a move that was. He's just such an all-round player. Number 80 for Miami.
There's Ofemu, who's been terrific in his first start of the season, first appearance in USL Championship this season. Williams that time with the header. And a tackle by Scarlett, and he is really showing a lot of frustration with Kevin Broadley. That's the second call that he has vehemently disagreed with.
Well, I think this one, Jordan Scarlett has a case. Seems to have gotten all ball and came from the side of the player rather than behind. So it's pretty obvious that the referee is going to call this one tight. As you can see, Steven Dos Santos is the latest player coming over the back of Paco Craig. Good call by the referee. Here it is again. And that's, you see, he came from the side of the player, not behind, and got all ball. Thought why he'll be frustrated. And that was Steven Dos Santos going over the back of Paco Craig.
Bay starting to build up. It'll heel flick. A miscommunication leads to the ball rolling over the touchline.
You know, one of the interesting choices by Anthony Poulos before the game, not starting Akinyobe. You know, we see Speedy Williams and Valo in the middle, in the center circle. Both of them not known for grit and physicality. Both finesse midfielders, and was wondering how they would survive the Lewis Hilton and Itu combination. And so far, so good. Both Valo and Speedy Williams have held their own in the center circle.
They're just building some anticipation for what we could see in the second half. Both teams still with a lot of firepower on the bench, including Guenzati for the Rowdies. Scarlett chips, Dahlgaard stops the run. At Boat, we make the best gear for you to enjoy life on the water. From paddle boards to floating docks, we're committed to pushing the boundaries of innovation, style, and design to help you stand apart. Stop by our St. Pete store to get the boat experience. Dahlgaard gets it just before it rolls over touch. Crosses to the top of the 18. Speedy Williams got a foot on it, and Miami FC clears.
Well, brave touch by Speedy Williams. They could have gone anywhere. You would not advise that touch in front of your own goal. But luckily went back to a Miami defender. And if I know Speedy Williams, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That touch was intended for that.
That's the first time we've seen the Rowdies go wide up the field and then have room to be able to cross it.
Correct. Those wing backs have been pushing up the whole time. And this time, Dahlgaard wiggling free. And being the natural right-footer that he is, he had an excellent cross on the top of the box.
Speedy Williams with a trip.
Well, Speedy Williams doing his best Akinyobe impersonation, using that physicality and trying to be a disruptor. Here it is again. Just coming in from behind on Itu.
Itu had appeared in all 5 matches coming into tonight, but only 1 start. Gets a chance after a strong midweek performance. Tejada unable to get his feet to that ball. Been difficult for either team to establish any kind of offensive buildup so far in the first 27.5 minutes. At the last second, Parks decided to keep that ball in play. Ofemu trying to go to Perez. Knocked up into the air. Hilton in the middle of the park goes backward, and there's another foul against Miami.
But the game is lost and won in that center circle. It is the trenches, and Lewis Hilton, Speedy Williams, Valo, and Itu are going to go at it hammer and thong the entire game.
Knocked back toward Guillen. Scarlett calling for a switch, and now he gets it. Out wide, Dahlgaard. Pushing toward the middle, had the ball knocked away. Dahlgaard will apply a lot of pressure, and it'll be a throw-in for the Rowdies.
Great tracking back by Velo, though, to support the defense.
That too. Combination between Fernandez and Dos Santos doesn't work. Right outside the top of the 18. Dos Santos comes back to get it. You can sense he's a little uncomfortable, trying to find some space to operate.
Yeah, Paco Craig, just one of the generals in this USL league in center back. He's being Steven Dos Santos' shadow right now, and it's so hard for the number 10 to get away.
Second season with Miami FC for the London, England-born Paco Craig.
What I have to say, with Miami changing to 3-4-2-1, it has worked to a charm. Despite giving up some possession, I have to say Miami FC have done a great job staying toe-to-toe with the Rowdies tonight.
The other thing that Neil Collins talked about in preparation and build-up for this match, not about this match specifically, but understanding that a lot of teams are going to come in here, as you talked about with Hartford, and they're going to throw something at Tampa Bay that's different maybe from what they've shown on film. And how do the Rowdies react in order to be able to set themselves up for success?
Yeah, one of the good things about having a defined philosophy is that your players can then get comfortable within the system and then react quicker. Here's another thing though, when you play a certain way for a long period of time, people really start to figure things out. And it looks like they're really trying to put pressure on the Rowdies wingbacks, like Dahlgaard and Jake Armand tonight, by changing their formation, matching it up, and putting pressure on the wingbacks, and having the Rowdies try to create action, create chances in different areas of the field rather than the wings.
There is John Stead, the acting head coach. I beg your pardon, that was Anthony Pulis, Miami FC first-year head coach. Pulis has ties to the Sunshine State, player coach for Orlando City in 2012 when Orlando City was part of USL, big rival of the Rowdies. Spent time with Inter Miami as an assistant before getting this opportunity to be a head coach. Here comes Etu making the run, unable to turn, ran into a body, and there's a foul call. And a yellow card has been shown to Paco Craig.
Love to see the replay here. Paco Craig may have a case for at least not getting a yellow card. Here he is tracking back on Etu. I have to believe Junior Etu almost threw himself into Paco Craig. Paco Craig stood there. Once his arms went around Etu, it really gave the referee the impression that he did it on purpose and it was being malicious. I have to say, anybody here saw Miami versus Tampa. Sorry, Tampa versus Miami last season. Paco Craig breaking Steven Dos Santos' foot in this very matchup in Allianz Stadium. So he has a bit of a reputation, the Englishman.
That was late in that game. And Dos Santos was off to an incredible start, had 3 goals in the first 4 matches. That injury really derailed his season. What an opportunity here after the questionable call by Kevin Broadley. It'll be Hilton, hard on the ground, right into the body of Velo. And it'll be a Rowdies throw-in.
Well, brave defending by Miami, all collapsing right in front of the trajectory of that ball. It was hit with venom from Lewis Hilton.
Dos Santos arrives late with Ofemu right behind him. Taken toward the corner. Gets all the way through, and that'll be a deep corner throw-in for Dahlgaard. that is, in fact, John Stead, the acting head coach for the Rowdies. Now, we've all become much more familiar with working remotely since coronavirus arrived in the United States, and that's essentially what Neil Collins is doing tonight at a Microsoft Teams meeting to try to make sure that the right decisions are made to set the team up for success. Sparrow easily handles that cross.
I wonder how fast coach can type. That's the question.
Is that part of the UEFA Pro license training?
You know, we're going to ask that question in the next press conference we have.
Well, you could sense from talking to Coach Collins earlier this week that it was really burning him up not to be able to be in the fight with his guys.
Especially in a match like this. You know, Miami brings a little bit of mustard when it comes to a matchup.
But that UEFA Pro license, certainly significant enhancement for him as a coach. It's an enhancement to the club to have a head coach who has that UEFA Pro license. And thankful that the Rowdies are allowing him the opportunity to pursue it. It's an Eastern Conference clash on ESPN Deportes when Detroit City FC welcomes Birmingham Legion FC. Don't miss the Motor City taking on the Magic City Friday, April 15th. That's at 7 p.m. on ESPN Deportes.
What an addition to the USA. Detroit City and their fan base coming into this championship. Saw them in Misa, they were fantastic. And I saw them in US Open Cup, and they were equally as good.
Fernandez right on the edge of the box. Tejada trying to wiggle his way in between defenders. Etu with a big left foot that was knocked down. Guillen comes out wide to Arman. Rowdies largely shut down offensively. Here is Fernandez with some space. That cross knocked down. There's another chance, and it's wide.
One of the advantages of knowing your system is the speed of play in the last third. Juan Tejada, the back heel into the path of Leo Fernandez. Just stop it, Tejada. And then Fernandez tries to play it back. Good defending by Miami and Paco Craig. And then Jake Arman, fresh off of 3 assists, tries to find that far corner.
Best build-up and opportunity tonight so far for the Rowdies. Hilton with a free kick. Not his best effort there. Easily negotiated by Parks. Hilton. And booted into dangerous territory. Segbers heads it backwards and out of play. And Hilton will get another shot at a corner.
And easily the best pickup for Miami in the offseason. Segbers, he can play both right wing back and left wing back. And he's still trying to keep up with this man, Leo Fernandez. The Samba man trying to turn it on in the last third.
Segbers has been around quite a bit. Miami FC, his 4th USL side since 2018. And he's only 25 years old.
Keep your eye on Steven Dos Santos and Jordan Scarlett. One goes to the first post, and the other goes to the last post on this one.
Well, Hilton bluffs. Wanted to go short. Miami FC reacted well. So he'll reset. There's the boot from Hilton, curling in. Contact made with a couple of Miami players and then swiped away by De Silva. We have been almost exclusively at this end of the field for what feels like the last 5 to 7 minutes.
Well, it took a little while. It looks like the Rowdies are starting to find their mojo again. Really lost it in Oakland, and all credit to Oakland Roots. Took the fight straight to the Rowdies, and also Hartford did the exact same thing in Alang the week before that. The Rowdies just trying to find some sort of sequence, some momentum, offensive momentum, to try and get that opening goal.
Both of those matches resulted in draws. Tampa Bay, one of 5 teams in the entire USL Championship that has yet to take a loss this season. No whistle there as Tejada went down. He was stood up by Ofemu. There was significantly more contact there than there was on the incident between Craig and Etu that resulted in a yellow card. So Kevin Broadley will check on Tejada and will call for some assistance from the sideline.
Well, Juan Tejada gets to the ball first, almost inviting Ofemu to come in, then gets the ball away from Ofemu. Ofemu follows through. And that's the result. Juan Tejada on his back.
We are in the 40th minute here at Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg. Austin Lyon, Ryan Davis, our entire USL Championship crew here for the Sunshine State Showdown in this league. Only 2 teams from the state of Florida. Split the 4 regular season meetings last year, with each team winning twice on their home field.
So it was not the actual infringement, it's the way Juan Tejada fell. Aggressive play by Ofemu.
The difference between 5'7", 150 and 6'3", 201.
Looks like there was a yellow card given to the Rowdies bench after Tejada was impeded. Not sure if it was that to the coaching staff or one of the players.
One of the things that Neil Collins said was that it would be a collaborative effort.
You think there was a message sent on teams just now?
Now you can give a head coach that's in Scotland a yellow card for something he says on teams, right? That can't be.
That will definitely be a first.
See if the Rowdies can create some magic here in the final 5+ minutes before halftime. Dos Santos really extending himself to get to that ball. Etu comes back.
So the Rowdies compiling 290 passes to Miami's 141. It's twice as many passes, but no shots on target as yet. Miami had that one shot on target. He's saved by Cochran from the free kick from Stanley. And despite the possession, you have to give Miami FC the credit for keeping the Rowdies at bay and not in any sort of dangerous position.
Fernandez goes back to Etu. Scarlett carries it forward, but off target for Dalgard. The Rowdies have certainly had the better run of play here in the last 10 minutes, but nothing to show for it.
I tell you, one count that's gone up and has skyrocketed is the foul count. You know, it's 7 fouls apiece. Actually, check that. It is now, yep, 7 fouls apiece. These two teams have really got stuck in tonight in Al Lang.
Ball hit 7 or 8 different heads in a row before finally finding the ground, with Armin settling it for the Rowdies. Off the chest of Dalgard to Tejada. Tejada with some space. Drops it off. Etu for Fernandez. Armin arrives. Fernandez sends it in with a left foot, handled by Sparrow.
Oh, what a ball.
They're trying to find Parks streaking up the field. There were 2 Rowdies defenders there.
Well, good run by Juan Tejada, taking it right down the throat of Miami, drawing attention, laying it off. In the end, it gets back to Leo Fernandez. His cross just too close to Connor Sparrow. It shows what Juan Tejada can do when full of confidence and healthy. But not only pop up and score goals, but take the ball at defenders. Look at this press by Miami. Impressive.
Tejada running down Stanley. Good left-footed effort there from Stanley. Got a lot out of that as Scarlett scrambles to get it back in play. Approaching the 45th minute of the first half.
Word from the sideline. Looks like we're going to play 2 minutes of injury time.
And really, that time that Tejada was down, only injury time coming from the first half. Bentley slides to erase that threat. Been a while since we were down this deep in the field. Othello with the cross. Headed up and out. Hilton pushes forward Dahlgaard. Chance for the Rowdies to counter. Dos Santos with a head of steam. Fernandez coming to the right side. Hilton looking to orchestrate. Miami recovered nicely.
Great defensive discipline by Miami, staying compact. Even though Leo Fernandez got the ball, they didn't rush into him. Blue shirts held their markers. Now the Rowdies had to retreat all the way to the other side.
There you saw the official indication, 2 minutes of added time. Fernandez again shifts to the right side of the formation.
Great job by Joshua Perez holding up Aaron Guillen. One of the better passes out of the back, and made Guillen think twice and go all the way back to Cochran.
You know, Miami FC has consistently eliminated any forward opportunities for passes for Tampa Bay.
Completely blocked the passing lanes, not overcommitting.
Fernandez with a lot of space. Dahlgaard trying to time the run. Dahlgaard just off the mark with Fernandez along the near sideline.
Everything has to be hairline perfect. Dahlgaard's pass just a little too far in front of Leo Fernandez. That's a full credit to Miami FC's airtight defense. Not much space to play with.
Coming up on what would be the final few seconds of the 2 minutes of added time. So perhaps one last opportunity for the Rowdies. Dos Santos challenged by Craig. Dos Santos tries a little give and go with Etu. Etu crosses it in front, headed down but not out, and then finally it is booted away, and that takes us to halftime. Outstanding defense played by both sides in that first half. Rowdies and Miami FC scoreless after 45 minutes. Stay with us. Halftime show starts when you come back.
"50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motorcars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motorcars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
New Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda. Loud flavor.
The mayor must see this.
Hey, wait!
Flavor, 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 flavor.
Mayor.
We bring flavor.
Flavor.
Whoa. Citizens, I declare Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda the loudest flavors ever.
I help weight loss patients make lifestyle changes.
I give patients the tools they need to overcome obesity.
I help patients live longer.
I educate patients on the entire weight loss process.
I promote healthy habits with a healthy dose of compassion.
It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Every day, our bariatric teams achieve the results to wear it. Take the first steps toward permanent weight loss at baycarebariatrics.org.
I get up every morning with an opportunity to change someone's life. How cool is that?
Baycare, humanity at work.
Welcome to Halftime, presented by our partners at Visit Tampa Bay. We are scoreless here at halftime at Al Lang Stadium, 0-0 between the Rowdies and Miami FC. Kyle Gregg is in his first season playing for the Rowdies, an outstanding talent. He's scored more than 60 career goals in his time in the USL Championship. But the veteran scorer is learning a whole new way to communicate in his first season with Tampa Bay.
I'm a Wisconsin-born but Kansas City-grown a guy with a wife and 2 little boys and a dog. It's my 10th year in the USL. My time with Louisville City ended last year, and I was looking for a good fit, a mature group, a winning culture to join, and fortunately Neil and I had a good conversation. And I'm really excited to be here and a part of such a progressive and exciting club, and a successful club at that as well. The group's been really welcoming to all the new guys, and really easy to transition into the locker room, and then that translates on the field. We're starting to build chemistry in training sessions and some of these preseason games, and so the transition's been really smooth. It's a mature and welcoming group. My son joined the Little Rowdies last Saturday and was able to knock around with kids his age, which is really important. To have your family happy, and then to have other guys on the team to help support you in those things, and the coaching staff as well. Fun fact about me is I've been learning sign language for the last 10 years. My wife's grandparents are both deaf, and so a big part of our family and our extended family through her side is sign language. And so if you ever see me throwing this up, it's kind of shorthand for I love you. So I'll be throwing that out to the fans, to my wife. Rowdies would be R-O-W-D-I-E-S.
Great to learn a little bit more about Kyle Gregg, one of the new faces on this Tampa Bay Rowdies roster. We continue with halftime here at Al Lang Stadium. Don't worry, you'll hear from Ryan coming up soon enough. More on the Visit Tampa Bay Halftime Report when you come back.
I'm on that routine. I'm on that routine.
10 years in the making, a dream start for City.
Maxi Rodriguez, what a stop by Steinwasser.
What a debut for the Legion. Marlon. What a goal from Marlon. What a save, Van Ogle.
We continue with halftime on this gorgeous Saturday evening in St. Petersburg. Temperature right around 60 degrees at Al Lang Stadium. Scoreless between the Rowdies and Miami FC. A look at some of the league storylines in USL Championship. Super League just announced they're going to operate from August to June. That's going to align with the women's international calendar, and it puts most of the season in a favorable weather with mid-season and summer break. Super League demonstrates the commitment to drive increased value for fans, player clubs, and partners, and it also presents a number of opportunities for preseason friendlies. The USL Championship Team of the Week includes Tampa Bay Rowdies goalkeeper C.J. Cochran, joined by a number of talented players, a couple of guys from Atlanta United too, and the Player of the Week from Las Vegas Lights FC. A look at the standings in USL Championship. First in the Eastern Conference, and as we mentioned, Louisville City right now leading the way. Rowdies tied with FC Tulsa for third place. They are 2 points behind, with Pittsburgh River Round sitting in second place. And in the rest of the Eastern Conference, Miami FC sitting on 4 points, a win, 2 draws, and a loss so far for Miami FC as they play their 5th match of the USL Championship season tonight. A lot more coming up here from halftime at Al Lang Stadium. We'll have highlight stats and a look at the upcoming schedule. 0-0 between the Rowdies and Miami FC.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
New Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda.
Loud flavor.
The mayor must see this.
Hey, wait!
Later. Mayor.
We bring flavor.
Whoa. Citizens, I declare Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda the loudest flavors ever.
What is fetchable storage? It's the best parts of today's moving and storage options combined. It's your storage unit on a truck that you drive. You save time by only loading it once. You save money, and it's easy and safe. Just fetch your storage container, fill it up, and bring it back. We'll take it from there. Visit redrovers.com now for a free month storage. Red Rovers Fetchable Storage saves you time and money.
Welcome back to halftime, presented by our partners at Visit Tampa Bay. A look at some of the highlights from the first half. Miami FC threatening early. Foul call set up a free kick for Aiden Stanley, and it was on frame.
He did great. He didn't try to do too much with it. It went down the middle of the goal, and a good save by Cochran. Good free kick by Stanley.
Rowdy started to get something established. Jake Arman's cross headed out by Stanley.
The defensive header by Stanley is the highlight on this reel. Good cross by Arman. What about the speed of play here? The back heel by Tejada, the cross by Fernandez, and there's Paco Craig again. Armand with the follow-up, but this Miami team have been compact and frustrating the Rowdies for the first 45 minutes.
Not many opportunities for either side. Rowdies had a little bit of build-up there late, dominating possession at more than 70%, but not able to do anything with it most of the time.
Correct. If you look at the statistics, only one shot on target for Miami, none for the Rowdies. That means that possession has been going left to right and not penetrative. We're going to look for some changes off of the bench in the second half to see if the Rowdies can get a shot on goal and get the score going.
Yeah, each team with 4 shots, just 1 on target so far between the teams, and that was the one you saw from the left foot of Aiden Stanley. How about what to look forward to in the second half here, Ryan? We still got a lot of talented players on the bench we could see.
Absolutely. From Miami, there's a lot on the bench. There is Lamar Walker, the Jamaican. He is direct. He can replace Pierre De Silva and take players on and create space for Parks and company. Now, if you don't want to have Parks, there's another center forward by the name of Kyle Murphy, who's a former Rowdy player. He will come off the bench, be that number 9. And as for the Rowdies, Seba Gwenzati, yet to get a goal for this season. He can come off the bench and provide that speed of play. Also, we have Lucky Mkosana and provide that strength up top and maybe get a goal for the Rowdies in the second half.
And Mkosana, a couple goals in the U.S. Open Cup win earlier this week. Gwenzati, as we told you in the Open, 6 goals in 7 matches against Miami. The teams are starting to make their way back onto the field as we warm up for the final 45 minutes. Again, each team with 4 shots. The only shot on goal so far is that free kick from Stanley that was punched up and out by C.J. Cochran. So neither goalie has been tested. Both defenses airtight so far. The Rowdies dominating possession, but as we showed you, not able to create many opportunities as a result of having that possession. First meeting of the year between the Rowdies and Miami FC. The only time that Miami will come here to Al Lang. They've never won on this field before, and potentially could ignite their season if they can get a win. Interesting moment there between Kevin Broadley and Paco Craig. You wonder if Kevin Broadley had a chance to review the play at the half in the first half that resulted in a yellow card for Craig that, based on that replay, definitely should not have been given. Lucky Mkosana and the Rowdies reserves headed back toward the bench. Each team with their full complement of substitutes here for the final 45 minutes. Going to be really interesting to see what the respective staffs do with those substitutions.
Correct. I mean, we talked about at halftime, the speed of play in the last third is what's going to create opportunities for the Rowdies. Now, if you are Miami, you love what's happening. They're so defensive, compact defensively, and they're so disciplined with Paco Craig sort of leading the line, and Jake Armand, he's done a great job on the left-hand side, giving Leo Fernandez some room to work on the left. There is Paco Craig. Now, if you're in Miami, we just talked about Lamar Walker, and I know you and I are playing a game of charades at halftime, hence the reason I was pointing at you. But Lamar Walker can come on, provide that speed and really that sort of guesswork for the Rowdies, because he's so shifty as a player. He can create space for other players and score for himself. So I think Lamar Walker will be that trump card, much like Mkosana and Gwenzati for the Rowdies.
And potentially we see Bolu Akinyode, 3rd most minutes played on the team so far for Miami FC this season. Did not see him in that first half. Each of these teams looking forward also to future games in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Rowdies on Friday were drawn with Orlando City. Match will take place April 20th. Miami FC will play Inter Miami 1 day earlier, April 19th. So in a couple of weeks, both of these teams will have a chance to take on MLS clubs. A big opportunity for both the Rowdies and Miami FC.
And what I love about the U.S. Open Cup is that they're playing geographically. So they're all derbies. So we have Miami and Orlando. Then you have Orlando and Tampa, and then the 2 Miami teams. It's just been fantastic to look at and follow.
Yeah, great that the old I-4 derby is going to be renewed between Orlando City and the Rowdies. Speedy Williams didn't have many opportunities with the ball in that first half. Plays it out wide towards Stanley, and who's got the only shot on goal so far in the match.
And he's probably one of the best defenders on on the pitch right now, Stanley. Not known for his offensive play, but he's an excellent 1v1 defender. He's a natural left back. And they've asked him to play left center back tonight as the Miami team has replicated the Rowdies 3-4-2-1.
Dos Santos looking for a whistle after he was jostled and went down.
You know, we saw Miami go direct to Parks at the beginning of the first half. That's something you want to see the Rowdies do as well with Steven Dos Santos. It's one way to bypass some of the traffic. If he can hold the ball up and lay it off for Leo Fernandez and Juan Tejada, it can really create something different for the Rowdies, a different look. Still have to believe there is a chance for Ake Nwori to come in here, maybe for Velo, the number 10 for Miami, and really provide them with some pace and some physicality in the center circle.
Miami FC starting the second half, doing exactly what we saw from the Rowdies for most of the first half, probing the width of the field to try to establish something. Fernandez chips into the middle of the park. Oh, Perez got around Guillen. Parks tried to get a big left-footed boot. That was knocked down. And great defending by Lewis Hilton and perhaps a chance to counter. Etu pushing forward. Fernandez out wide. Has to chase it down. Lost his stride just a little bit. Fernandez toward the end line. And left foot gets through the box and is booted away.
Well, Rowdies doing their best counter-attack. You were thinking Miami would have done that, but it was Joshua Perez just minutes ago playing the ball into Parks' feet. Almost creating an opportunity for Miami. And that's what Perez can give you as the lefty coming in from that right-hand side.
Dalgard took a lot of time on that throw-in. Again, there just haven't been many cracks in the Miami FC defense. The flag is up from the official on the far side. That's going to be a foul against Miami.
Looked like it was a late tackle from Ba.
And a yellow card is shown to Othello Ba.
Looks like when Dalgard passed that ball, then the challenge came in. The linesman immediately put his flag up to alert the referee of what happened. Now the Rowdies lost a real aerial threat with Forrest Lasso leaving. Jordan Scarlett, Steven Dos Santos have to be the ones to pick up some of that slack and try to get some goals on set pieces that can really take some pressure off the Rowdies in open play.
Lasso, former USL Championship Defender of the Year, now playing professionally in Sweden. Armin near the free kick, and he will take it. Oh, a chip back and right into the arms of Sparrow.
Looks like it was a back heel from Leo Fernandez. Not sure if that ball was meant to go there. It was a left-footed strike, and it did. It went right into Leo Fernandez's path, and he was facing the other way.
A replay brought to you by Bayfront Health St. Petersburg. Comes Perez, angling toward the middle with Guillen chasing. He'll take a left-footed shot. Cochran knocked it down. Right there to follow it up is De Silva, and Miami has broken in front.
Well, Joshua Perez was the man who did the damage, and his former U17 USA teammate, Pierre De Silva, with the mop-up. And here comes the dance. Great strike, and here comes the follow-up. Brilliant play by Miami. They did everything right defensively to give themselves a chance to do something like this on the offensive end. Joshua Perez, 1v1, takes the defense on, gets the shot off, and his former U17 USA player, De Silva, gets the opening goal, and Al Lang is stunned.
First goal of the season for Pierre De Silva. He's got a lot of experience playing for Anthony Pulis. Played for him in both Orlando and St. Louis before arriving to Miami. And he gets a goal that puts Miami FC in front. Franchise that has never won here at Al Lang Stadium now has a 1-0 lead in the 52nd minute, thanks to the efforts of Joshua Perez and Pierre da Silva.
Well, two teams, despite getting wins in the middle of the week in US Open Cup, when it comes to the USL Championship, we have Miami coming off a loss at home to Colorado, and then the Rowdies having two successive draws, one at home and one away, both looking for wins. And right now Miami has done everything right to frustrate the Rowdies and allow themselves a little bit of magic from their number 7, which gave da Silva the open goal to put it in.
Miami FC won their opener. Since then, 2 draws and a loss. And what a win it would be if they could figure out a way to come on the road to Tampa Bay. Really ignite Coach Anthony Pulis' first season. Played back toward Cochran. Fernandez chasing Ofemu. Hilton trying to box out Perez. Zips it up the far sideline with no one there.
Well, Saber Dalgard made the run, but he saw Lewis Hilton off balance and he thought there's no chance Lewis Hilton could make that pass. Well, think again. Lewis Hilton found his balance and pinged it right over the head of the left wing back and made the pass.
Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, league's choice, player's choice. That's going to be a yellow card shown to Scarlett as da Silva went down. Demonstrative reaction from the Miami FC bench, and the card immediately shown by Kevin Broadley.
Yeah, easy call for the referee. Jordan Scarlett beaten on the play and just took out Pierre da Silva, so there was no continuation. There it is. Professional foul by the man from Montego Bay.
Couple of yellows to players on Miami, Paco Craig and Othello Ba. Scarlett gets the first yellow for the Rowdy.
I tell you what, with Stanley's accuracy, he's going to ping this to the last post. There's Parks, Craig, and Ofemo all lining up at the back post. Aaron Guillen and Dos Santos have to be ready here.
Stanley goes quickly below, crosses it in, ball knocked away, and Stanley with a poor touch. Well, you said it earlier, Miami FC have frustrated the Rowdies, and that frustration is evident on the faces of a lot of the players. Dalgard running with Ofemu. That'll be a throw in the deep corner.
Well, great job by Ofemu, who's done everything right tonight. It's his first game in the championship this season. And he's been right on point. Not the quickest of players, but great anticipation and positioning by the number 22.
Tejada unable to save that possession for the Rowdies. Scarlett retreating off balance, goes back to Cochran.
Now the Rowdies have to show some speed in switching the play. That's where they find room, when they go from left to right, right to left. That speed of switching play often frees up guys in the middle.
Hilton did well to get that ball on the ground, had to get his leg down in a hurry to avoid the foul. Deanne looking for space. Antley will switch. Dahlgaard surveys. Two defenders around him. Hilton running into an open space. Dahlgaard has it knocked away by Bob.
Good tackle by Bob.
Dos Santos posts up. Fernandez trying to get it to Hilton, and it's knocked away. De Silva tackled by Etu, and there's a foul. And that will be another card. De Silva on the ground once again. And this time a yellow shown to Junior Etu.
No need for Junior Etu to lunge in like that. There were two other Rowdy players around De Silva. There was nowhere for him to go. And Junior Etu, just trying to stay aggressive, I believe, lunged in exactly like Jordan Scarlett did just minutes ago. He was going away from goal towards the sideline. He was at the halfway line. Not much room for danger. I wonder how long it will take. I see Lawrence Wyke getting up. And Jake LaCava. Looks like the Rowdies are ready to show their hand.
Deanne went up along with Perez. Ball bounces over touch. Approaching the 60th minute. Only goal in the game so far from Miami FC's Pierre De Silva.
There's that physical play again by Ufemo. Letting Steven Dos Santos know exactly where he is.
Parks builds some pressure as Antley carries it forward. Here is Tejada out wide. Pass just off the mark.
Tell you what, Coach Poulos has to be so impressed with his team tonight. They have stuck to their guns and stayed right on top of any green and yellow shirt in their vicinity. Not giving them an inch of space, have stayed disciplined, stayed to the game plan. And gave Joshua Perez and De Silva a chance to get a goal on the other end.
And you got to figure that Coach Pulis, being an alum of Orlando City, started as a player coach for Orlando City back in 2012. Anytime he gets the chance to go up against the Rowdies, his blood boils just a little bit, right?
That's right. Yep. The I-4 corridor has seen many a matchup.
Such an intense rivalry when both of those franchises were in USL. Two passionate fan bases. And again, we'll get to see Orlando City and the Rowdies once again in the third round of the US Open Cup. Match will be played over in Orlando on April 20th. Deanne chips it toward Etu. Dos Santos blocks out Ofemu. And it's ultimately knocked away by Velo. And here come the changes. All three of them at once for the Rowdies.
With Jordan Scarlett on that yellow card, they're not going to take any chances. First time we've seen him being sub out like ever. And Lawrence Wyke is going to come in to step in for him at centre back. Just so the Rowdies do not go down to 10 men. Jake LaCava comes on for Leo Fernandez. And there's Jan Ekra coming into the midfield.
Tonight, Ekra's 220th appearance all-time in USL Championship. That's 7th in league history. He's played nearly 15,000 minutes in this league.
So Jan Ekra swapping out for Junior Etu. Some fresh legs in the midfield. So one thing, goals do change matches. And a credit to Miami for getting the first goal. And it makes the Rowdies now react, taking players off and adjusting. Carver, of course, 3 goals already this season, has to come in now for Leo Fernandez, the veteran.
LaCava, one of 5 nominees for Player of the Month in the league. That'll be a corner kick. Good work from Dahlgaard.
Well, again, the pressure's on the Rowdies to try and create something off a dead ball. Steven Dos Santos, usually so good on these, is so heavily marked in these areas right now because there's no Forrest Lasso to provide plan B. Also no Jordan Scarlett to provide plan C.
A short ball with Tejada running on, and it will be a goal kick. Tampa Bay has Florida's most ways to play. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. There's a lot to unpack with the 3 substitutions all coming at once. You mentioned Scarlett. He's played almost every minute of every match since arriving here in Tampa Bay. Only time he didn't play was the first half of the Eastern Conference Final when he was subbed out with an injury. So to see him go off, I think, is probably a bit of a shock to any Rowdies fan.
Absolutely. I mean, no one's used to watching a Rowdies game without Jordan Scarlett being on the field. And that has to be music to the ears of Miami, seeing this man step off. Easily the Rowdies' best pound-for-pound defensive player.
Now in his 3rd season, he will watch the rest of the game from the sideline. You mentioned LaCava. He has been extremely productive. 3 goals and an assist. There's a ball played into De Silva trying to sell the foul call, and Kevin Broadley was having none of it.
Well, Joshua Perez again threading the needle. This time for his friend De Silva again, his former teammate. And Dahlgaard coming all the way in from right wing back, tucking in and just bodying off De Silva for Cochran to gather it. He's has been in some great form himself, Cochran.
Goalie allowed in the 52nd minute, just the 3rd this year, conceded by the Rowdies. A long time for that throw-in, and an odd reaction, and we're going to get a yellow card.
It looks like it's for time wasting. Referee pointing straight to his watch.
And Mark Segbers took forever to try to get that ball in.
So yellow card for Segbers.
Lawrence White's first touch is a header. And Dos Santos wins the ball after Velo essentially whiffed.
Oh.
Dos Santos turning it back to the inside. A big-time header there from Ofemu to thwart the attack. Parks held up by Antley. Wyke arrives as well to put pressure on.
Now this Miami team, not used to playing this formation, but the way they've gotten stuck in, now they're just playing with confidence. You can see the little flick on by De Silva into the path of Parks just seconds ago. It shows that they're playing with a bit of swagger. And that's the adjustment right there. The wing backs are getting covered very, very early by the opposing wing backs, and players like Dahlgaard and Arman can't exactly turn into the field and maneuver the ball up the field. They have to retreat every time back to the centre backs. The Rowdies get caught back at point A.
Rowdies have yet to be able to adjust to the defensive style of Miami FC tonight. Another foul against the Rowdies. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL Championship action on ESPN+, the home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com.
Can I just say, I have ESPN Plus subscription. The amount of content on that platform is simply incredible.
Does that little promo read get you like a free month?
You know what, I watch it on ESPN Plus as well. I watch my cricket on ESPN Plus. I'll have you know, Austin Lyon, my cricket is also on ESPN Plus, and it is an invaluable app for me.
I can tell you, I've never seen a moment of a cricket match, but I did watch some of the Masters coverage on ESPN Plus this week. It was tremendous.
No slouch there, the Masters, even though God bless your heart for not seeing any cricket.
Well, now that you've introduced me, maybe I'll browse around ESPN Plus and see what else is there.
Austin, it is a must.
I'll contact their sales department for every mention there. We should get a free month, I think. LaCava giving chase, and the referee on the official on the far side will get LaCava for the foul. See his reaction to that.
So there are different ways to get goals. We saw the frustration that Miami have put upon the Rowdies during build-up, also for set pieces. There's just nowhere to go. The Rowdies now have an opportunity to press up high and try to catch Miami in their own possession and try to get two passes, almost like a counter press, and get a goal in that fashion.
Miami is going to make changes. We previewed the possibility of seeing Kyle Murphy come on at halftime. He will, as Romeo Parks sits. And Bolu Akinyode, we talked about in the open, will enter the lineup as well. So two outstanding talents. Murphy playing his 150th regular season USL Championship match. This is a guy who's got nearly 50 career goals. And Akinyode has been outstanding in the midfield.
Well, that man has done the job tonight. Joshua Perez, he dinked, turned, got the shot off. Cochran couldn't handle it, and De Silva could. And that's allowed Miami to have a 1-0 lead in Al-Lang Stadium.
So Parks and Perez are done. You talked earlier about whether Ofemu would be able to last for 90 minutes. We're going to find out, probably. There's one sub left, and Ofemu's still out there as we hit the 70th minute. And Dos Santos grabbing his left ankle.
Can the Rowdies finally get something off a set piece? The physicality is there. Dos Santos, Ofemu. Paco Craig.
It'll be Jake Arman's left foot to try to deliver it for the Rowdies. Arman with a good ball headed over the end line, and it will be a corner.
Paco Craig, the man for the moment when it comes to set pieces, both offensively and defensively.
Goes back to Hilton. Arman coming around, trying to get space for that left foot, and he took too heavy a touch.
Well, when you're down a goal, everything is uphill. You have to play almost perfect soccer when a team like Miami is dialed in defensively like this. Every trap, every pass has to be right on point. And it's going to take something special. Looks like this Miami team is not going to beat themselves tonight.
It's been almost 20 minutes since Miami scored that goal. Them now playing with a 1-0 lead. Have you seen any changes in what they've been doing defensively to try to ensure that they don't give up that equalizer?
They've actually pushed up higher on Dalgard and Arman and really have...
There's Tejada with space, just wide.
Well, with the wing backs being taken out of the play, courtesy Miami, they have to start coming through the middle. And there's Juan Tejada making that run across from the left to the right. Gets in front of Paco Craig, and a great shot going across the goalkeeper. Everything was done technically right, just whizzing past that last post. He's in fine form, Juan Tejada. A sight for sore eyes for Rowdies fans.
Antley got challenged in the air by Murphy, and they will get Antley for the foul. He can't believe it, and I can't either. Looked like Antley was in perfect position, and his space was invaded by Murphy.
And Kevin Bradley has called a really tight game tonight. Looks like Murphy got the better of that one. Here it is again on Antley going up. You can see the left hand coming down, but it was certainly not directed in the area of Murphy. It was just a natural position for the arm to be in.
It looked to me like Antley was vertical straight up, and you had Murphy coming in.
Into Antley's space, yeah, I see what you mean.
Well, Kevin Bradley saw it different. Stop play with a foul against Miami. At Boat, we make the best gear for you to enjoy life on the water. From paddle boards to floating docks, we're committed to pushing the boundaries of innovation, style, and design to help you stand apart. Stop by our St. Pete store to get the boat experience. Approaching the 74th minute here at Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg. Miami FC has never won on this field, but they've got a 1-0 lead, courtesy of the goal from Pierre de Silva. And it's been a frustrating night for the Rowdies' attack. And here we'll get another substitute as Juan Tejada will leave in favor of Sebastian Guenzati.
Well, can Il Capitan provide the heroics? Then Steven Dos Santos is going to come out, and the speedy Deon Harris is going to possibly come onto this right-hand side where Dalgard was. Dalgard goes to the left. Jake Armand goes to left center-back.
Well, Macaba applying a lot of pressure. We documented at the top of the broadcast how good Guenzati has been against Miami. 7 matches against Miami FC. He scored 6 goals. Can he come through once again at a time when his team really needs it?
Looks like the Rowdies have changed to a 4-4-2. Armand at left back, Aaron Guillen left centre back, Connor Antley right centre back, Wyke on right back, Deon Harris right midfield, Jan Ekra right centre midfield, Hilton left centre midfield, Dalgard left midfield, Jake LaCava and Seba Guenzati, the 2 forwards. So they've gone away from the traditional 3 centre-back formation and gone to a 4-4-2, standard 4-4-2, flat. So 2 genuine centre-forwards, close right up upon the 3 centre-backs for Miami. And that's what they're going to try to do, go through the middle. Here's Guenzati showing.
Hilton arriving. Ball ends up right back at his feet, just outside the penalty area. Trying to maneuver some space for a cross. Harris taps to Wyke. Back to Deon Harris. He's got space. Headed out by Stanley.
You love the adventure by Deon Harris, but you have to believe with Steven Dos Santos out of the lineup now, and Paco Craig, Ofemeu back there. No reason to rush the cross. Take your time, bring the ball back into the middle of the park and try to create through the middle. I don't believe the crosses should be plan A right now for the Rowdies, unless you can get behind the back line and cross.
Harris off his chest to settle it, taking it right toward Ba. Quick step, cross is knocked away. It'll be a corner. And you can see Stanley's reaction. He was upset with the way he handled that.
Now it's up to Miami if they want to adjust now. Othello Ba, he struggles against players with pace, and this man has exactly that, Deon Harris.
can sense a bit of a spark the last couple of minutes with the substitutes for the Rowdies, some fresh legs. And here is Hilton. So good at setting up potential goals. Dahlgaard went up, had a great opportunity, not able to get it with his head the way he wanted to. Hilton retreats and fires it in again. Headed up, Guenzotti down, can't get enough on it, and Sparrow makes the save.
Another direct ball, this time the corner. Antley, who was up there for the corner last time, and guess who's there? Il Capitan. Gets his laces on it, but didn't have the balance, and not enough contact to trouble Sparrow.
Sparrow started the opener for Miami FC, 2-0 win. Then he misses 3 consecutive USL Championship matches, got hurt, and now he's able to come back. And his team has now gone almost 180 minutes without allowing a goal with him in the net.
Sparrow has some serious pedigree coming from Chicago Fire in the MLS. Miami did well to get him.
Has also spent time with Real Salt Lake in MLS. Hilton back to Antley. Tampa Bay gave it up, gets it right back.
Now, because they've gone to a 4-4-2, understand these players have been bred to play that 3-5-2 system or 3-4-3 system for the last 2 years. You can see there's a little bit of hesitation now with the Rowdies. Playing a different formation now.
Armin and Antley not on the same page. Guillen carries it forward for the Rowdies. 79th minute, 1-0 lead for Miami FC. Hilton wanted it. Not enough of an angle to get the ball around Murphy. Ekra gets past Murphy. Chips it in the direction of Dahlgaard. Back to Armin. Armin with space. Now out wide. Dahlgaard saves it in the corner. Great work. Rowdies flip the field. It's chipped in. Here comes Armin, just wide. That ball bounced up, and he had a great opportunity. Not a good angle, but man, that ball was on a tee for Armin as he arrived at the end of the play.
Well, the second time in this game, the ball pops out for Jake Armin to follow up. And what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to go across the goalkeeper. Armin gets a hold of it, but goes to the near post. Should have gone to the last. If Sparrow got a touch, it would have been in traffic.
Paco Craig is the player down for Miami FC. That's the reason for the stoppage.
Paco Craig is a warrior and knows exactly when to go up for headers and when to lay down.
Craig, one of only 2 players for Miami FC that's played every minute of every match this season. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more. It's all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Paco Craig appears to be okay. He is on the far sideline, waiting for a chance to come back in. Good job by LaCava to track that down inside the touchline. Weaving his way forward. Harris. That's off a Miami FC defender. It'll be a corner kick.
Now that is the sort of attack you want to see. Jake LaCava, nimble, quick, can take players on. And guess who's running in the lane with him? Deon Harris. And instead of the cross, the predictable cross, they come down through the middle from the sides, but kept the ball on the ground. And now they've won a corner.
Hilton. That's headed out.
And that's this Miami's bread and butter at the back. Paco Craig, Ofemu, Stanley. They're not quick on 1v1s, but they're so strong and physical in the air.
Wyke on the back post, headed right in front. Guenzati could not work his way around a defender. He's looking for a call. Certainly thought it should have been a corner at least.
He's pleading for the corner, and it was Connor Antley again coming all the way up from center back. And does his smart thing, heads it right across the mixer. Comes off for Paco Craig, but the referee had other ideas.
Well, Craig is fortunate. He was way off balance. Guenzati just couldn't quite position himself to make good contact. Otherwise, it could have been the equalizer. You know, both of these teams have spent so much time, so much effort trying to play out wide and then cross it in. The only goal of the game came off the great effort of Joshua Perez when he decided he was going to take the angle himself and win 1v1 to create the opportunity for De Silva.
Yep, he used other players as decoys, and with his craftiness and quick control, just got through those tight spaces and got a great shot off down in the corner. Good save by Cochran, with De Silva with an excellent finish.
LaCava out wide for Harris. He was running at a different angle, and then LaCava's touch a bit too heavy.
Well, they look dangerous when they run at this defense. LaCava again taking on these bigger, slower center-backs. And his touch was a little too harsh. But it shows what can happen if Deon Harris and LaCava turn and take on players.
Will Paco Craig and this Miami FC defense be able to hold up for another 10-ish minutes and do something they've never done? Get a win here at Al Lang Stadium. Armin in a hurry. No one stepping up to challenge him yet. LaCava, nice chip to get it to Guenzati, who lost his footing. And Miami FC regains possession. Velo trying to sell a foul as he went down. Good no call there from Kevin Broadley. Tejada switches to Armin. Miami FC really playing Armin's left foot. Armin just flips it back in at the last second.
I'll tell you what, that was fantastic defended by Settlers. Staying in front of Armin, forcing him out wide, and then using his body perfectly. Looks like Velo is having a hard time signaling for a substitution in number 10.
He's grasping at his lower back. Quick whistle on Guillen as Kyle Murphy went down, and Velo is going to fall to the turf. Florian Velo, talented midfielder, several years with the New York Red Bulls organization, spent some time with FC Cincinnati, 50 MLS appearances, and he signed a 2-year deal with Miami FC in January, part of the overhaul of this roster.
Tell you what, with players like him, Joshua Perez, De Silva, such creative players, with Velo coming in to replace Akinwode to begin this game, I had no idea he can keep up with the intensity because he's such a finesse player. Great to look at. Didn't realize he had the legs and the engine to keep up in the center circle, but he did. Did a fantastic job tonight to complement Speedy Williams.
Velo will make the long walk around the perimeter of the field. Head toward the Miami FC bench. And Lamar Walker, another player in his second season with Miami FC. Talented forward, comes on. Well, who knows if this result is going to hold up here in the final 6, 7, 8 minutes, whatever kind of added time we get. But with the way Miami FC has played tonight, I think you can expect some big things from this Sunshine State rivalry the rest of the season.
Absolutely. I think not only physically, I just think mentally, them coming in here and sticking to a plan like this, executing, I think it's going to just do wonders for this Miami team going forward with confidence. Being able to come into our land, whether it's 3 points or a point, doesn't matter. The way they executed has just been magnificent.
Harris. Guenzati trying to find room. Harris weaving his way in.
But the tired legs of Miami, who have done such a good job bodying up and anticipating passes, now have to try and keep up with Deion Harris and Jake LaCava on 1v1s. And over the last 5 minutes, they've been struggling. Just that final pass deserting LaCava and Harris.
Really, the question now becomes, is there going to be enough time on the clock for Tampa Bay to get one in?
Don't think there was much injury time to be played in the second half.
Harris tracking it, not able to save it.
Well, a little bit of desperation creeping in now. Completely going out of their game plan, just going long to the corner flags, looking for Deion Harris. Well, they'd be much better safe to play it at his feet and allow him to take players on. Only twice the Rowdies lost in Allianz Stadium last season. And after only 6 games, staring down the possibility of their first.
71 points a year ago, most in USL. But already 3 ties this season. Who knows what happens tonight? Dahlgaard tried to get it to Ekra. Not enough space to make that happen. Antley will try to work quickly. White up toward Harris. He's had success coming off that right side. Poked away. White gives it a rip. Off the back of a Miami defender. LaCava knocked down by Ofewu.
Just trying to create some havoc, the Rowdies. Ball comes in from the right-hand side, and it pings around like a pinball machine. Finally falls for LaCava. The shot. Looks like the word coming from the Red Hat. 5 minutes injury time.
A lot of time for the Rowdies to work with as LaCava slips. Imagine if you're Miami FC, you're looking at that going, 5 more minutes? We got to withstand another 5 minutes of an onslaught from these guys? Fresh legs of Lamar Walker. And a late call to determine that it would be a Rowdies throw in.
Well, speaking about onslaught, the possession count now 65-35 in favor of the Rowdies.
Wyke out wide. Harris crosses it to Guenzati. The header's high.
Well, good idea by Harris, using that speed and the cross coming at waist height, so Seba Guenzati doesn't have to fight with the trees to get a header. In the end, he does get to it, but smart cross by Harris.
Armin unable to connect with LaCava. We expect 5 minutes of added time. We played about 90 seconds. Harris with a long way to go. Antley out wide for Dahlgaard. Guillen falls in behind. Armin looking for an open area. Left-footed cross. Ekra, can he get it on the ground? Ekra out wide. Wyke, he'll try to chip it in the direction of Guenzati. Two defenders are there, and you can probably guess who. Paco Craig and Benjamin Ofemu.
The positioning, the physicality, the two of them talking. They've been masterminds tonight for this Miami FC team. To go along with Stanley, they did such a good job, and anytime the ball comes in, they've always been able to put a body on someone. No chance for Guenzati to direct that header on goal.
Connor Sparrow, virtually every one of his goal kicks have gone deep to that far side of the field. That's been his target. Dahlgaard got around Segbers. Dahlgaard into an open area, no one there. And the ball, fortunately for Miami FC, stays in the field of play.
Well, the coaching report, Mark Segbers very aggressive in his positioning and got caught cheating up too high on Saber Delgado. Ball played over the top. Delgado goes through the back door. Just could not find a green shirt on that cross.
Gosh, with as many players as the Rowdies are pushing forward, how was there not a body there? About another 90 seconds left. Definitely time to get as many bodies forward as you can if you're the Rowdies. Guillen with Miami FC bunkering nearly everyone in the penalty area. Oh, cross hits off the crossbar and goes out of play. Good job by Sparrow, tracking it all the way there.
Yep, Jake Armand coming down this left-hand side, mishits the cross. Almost caught Connor Sparrow, but he was alive to it. He just hit the crossbar. Here it is again. Doesn't get around the ball, splices it, and it continues to bend towards the goal. And Connor Sparrow covered it perfectly.
Maybe time for one more push for the Rowdies. Can they score at the death to earn a point? Armin with just seconds left. Ekra. Antley. Here's Wyke. We are past the 5 minutes. Harris cuts it back inside. LaCava with a chance. The shot's high, and that's going to do it. History tonight for Miami FC for the first time in franchise history. They come into Al Lang Stadium and get a win over the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Pierre Da Silva's goal in the 51st minute. The only score of the night.
Discipline, positioning, and sticking to a game plan. Anthony Poulos has to be proud of his men. Tampa Bay Rowdies have to go back to the drawing board and find a way to get goals rather than depending on those wing backs.
After scoring 6 times in a U.S. Open Cup win last time out, the Rowdies get nothing tonight against an outstanding defense for Anthony Poulos and Miami FC. We're back to Al Lang with more coming up.
We help our patients live life without pain.
I help patients get back on their feet.
Getting my patients moving moves me.
I help patients go through orthopedic surgery smoothly.
I help patients take their first steps after hip replacement.
It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Learn why 98% of our patients are walking within 24 hours of surgery at BayCareTotalJoint.org.
Every day, I help patients live happier lives.
BayCare, humanity at work.
50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motorcars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motorcars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Back at Al Lang Stadium, Miami FC knocks off the Tampa Bay Rowdies 1-0. The final. Austin Lyon back with Ryan Davis. Pretty big upset, Ryan. No other way to put it.
Yeah, Miami FC came in with a game plan. They stuck to it, completely frustrated the Rowdies defensively. And then we talk about that moment of brilliance by Joshua Perez and well cleaned up by Pierre De Silva. And a thoroughly deserved earned point by Miami FC tonight.
Well, let's show you some of the highlights from tonight's match. Really from the outset, Miami FC creating some chances in the first several minutes.
Yep. The free kick here by Stanley. It went straight to Cochran. He just tried to put it on target, make the keeper make a save, and Cochran did that.
Rowdies started to have some build-up in the late stages of the first half. Didn't get anything, and then in the second half, Sebastian Guenzati comes on as a sub, one of 5 subs the Rowdies used in the final 45 minutes. Here is the goal. The shot by Perez, followed up by De Silva. His first goal of the season, and it's the only one tonight.
And he still had a lot to do. The ball was pushed well out wide by Cochran, and De Silva latching onto it and was very accurate with his finish.
Well, Joshua Perez making it happen, and Pierre De Silva's goal gives Miami FC its first ever win here at Al Lang Stadium. Second win of the season to go along with a loss and a couple of draws for the Rowdies. First time this year they take a defeat.
First time and at home at Al Lang Stadium. No doubt Coach Collins was not here. I guess the Microsoft Teams didn't work as well as they thought it would. But full credit to Miami though. They came in with a plan and they did a great job. Paco Craig, Ofemeu did a great job. Stanley at the back, Speedy Williams, Valo, they did a great job in the middle of the park. And don't forget those 2 wing backs, Barr and Silva on the right-hand side, did a fantastic job in frustrating Dalgard, Leo Fernandez and company.
Neil Collins said you learn a lot about your team in the first 10 matches. Wasn't happy with the way they played, given some challenging circumstances when they went to the West Coast. 67.5% possession, but again, difficult for them to generate anything despite having the ball for most of the match.
Correct. They actually got the most daylight and most sort of open looks when they started to run at players with Deon Harris and Jake LeCava coming through the middle. When they went around the sides, there wasn't many answers to be had because of Paco Craig and Ofemeu and company defending so well in the box.
So look at what's coming up for the Rowdies. They started tonight tied with FC Tulsa for 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. Their next match is Saturday against FC Tulsa right here at Al Lang Stadium. And then the big one, April 20th, a chance to go to Orlando to face Orlando City in the U.S. Open Cup.
What a chance, what a moment for these players to go over to Orlando, play against MLS competition. And by the way, it's a rivalry, so things are going to stack up pretty good in that match in Orlando.
And starting tonight for the next 5 on the road for Miami FC. What a way to start that stretch, and a signature moment for Anthony Pulis in his first season as the Miami FC head coach. They make franchise history by beating the Rowdies for the first time ever at Al Lang Stadium. Final score tonight, 1-0. Pierre De Silva hits the winner for Miami FC. For Ryan Davis and our entire fantastic crew, Austin Lyon saying so long from Al Lang Stadium in St. Pete. 1-0, Miami FC a winner.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.